So, my husband has this new work wife. It's so weird to me. I should have seen the red flags. He actually referred to her as a work wife. He says that term doesn't mean anything serious, that it's just a new phrase all the kids are using when you find somebody at your work that you vibe with and you can kind of gossip about the work life. I don't know. It just seems weird to me that my husband would call another woman his work wife. Come on, how ridiculous is that? But then he started doing some weird things. He would flip over his phone and just not let me see what was on the screen anytime I walked into the room. He would tell me that I need to go to the gym because I'm losing my image. And then the biggest red flag of all time, which I didn't even notice, he changed his cologne. This man's used the same cologne since he was 11 years old. His grandpa wore it, his father wore it, and now he wears it. But apparently he's switching it up, which tells me something that I should have seen a long time ago. He is a dirty, rotten cheater. My name is Marlo. I'm 31 and female, and my husband, Colson, just shattered my entire world. We've been together since we're, 23, married for 5 years, and I thought that we had the kind of love story people would write about. Met at a mutual friend's housewarming party, the usual, bonded over our shared hatred of small talk and love of obscure true crime podcast. He used to leave sticky notes on my coffee mug every morning with the worst dad jokes. Like, why don't scientists trust atoms? Because they make everything up. Gosh, I miss those stupid jokes. We built a life together, not perfect, but it was ours. We survived the pandemic, cramped into our 600 square foot apartment, and learned to make sourdough like every other millennial couple. Adopted our anxious rescue dog, who only trusts us. We were talking about starting IVF treatment next year because we've been trying for 2 years with absolutely no luck. I had spreadsheets. Colson had painted the spare room this soft yellow just in case. You know, we were a team, or so I thought. 6 months ago, his company hired a new marketing director, Tinsley. At first, I was actually happy he had a female colleague who clicked with. He works in tech, it's such a boys' club, and I thought it was good for him to have a different perspective. He would come home talking about her innovative campaigns and how she just gets it and how refreshing it was to work with someone so passionate. I even suggested we invite her and her boyfriend over for dinner. She didn't have a boyfriend, turns out. That should have been my first clue. The late night started gradually. First it was staying until 7 for a big product launch, then 8 became the norm, and then 9. Tinsley and I are in the zone with this campaign, you know. Tinsley had this brilliant idea we need to flesh out. Tinsley. But I trusted him. 23 to 31, 8 years of my life with this man. You don't throw that away for suspicion, right? The work trip started about 3 months ago. San Francisco for a conference, it makes sense. Austin for a client meeting, okay, sure. And Denver for a team-building retreat. That somehow only including of him and Tinsley. My gut was starting to absolutely scream at me, and my heart was making excuses. She's just a colleague, he loves you. You're being paranoid because of the fertility issues, silly. Last week he was acting very strange, jumpy, guarding his phone like it contained a nuclear code. He would flip it face down whenever I walked into the room, and when I asked if everything was okay, he snapped at me about needing privacy. Privacy? We used to share a Netflix password with my ex-roommate for 3 years because we were too lazy to change it. Since when did we need privacy? Yesterday morning, he left for his run and forgot his iPad on the kitchen counter. It dinged with a Slack notification. I wasn't really snooping, I swear I just glanced at it. The message preview, it showed Tinsley's name, and it said, "Can't stop thinking about last night." My chest was literally caving. That feeling when you know the truth before your brain can even catch up to it. I couldn't breathe. My rescued dog starts whining and pawing at me because I stopped moving, just froze there, staring at those 5 words that destroyed everything I can imagine. I did something I'm not proud of. I opened up the iPad. His Slack was open. Conversation with Tinsley, and I scrolled up and up and up and up and up. Months worth of messages that started professional and slowly morphed into something completely else. Inside jokes, good morning text, missing you, pictures of her lunch, with a caption that said something like, wish you were here. He would respond with a heart emoji. He doesn't even send me heart emojis. This man used to make fun of me for using too many emojis. Look at him. Then I hit the messages from their Denver trip 2 weeks ago. Room 412. Don't keep me waiting too long. Last night was incredible. I can't believe we finally... I couldn't read anymore. I ran to the bathroom and threw up my macaroni dinner. Actually threw it up. I mean, this was lobster macaroni. 8 years of my life is gone. When he came back from his run, I was sitting on the couch with an iPad in my lap, and the look on his face, I'll never forget it. Not guilt, not surprise, just resignation. Like he's been waiting for this moment. How long was all I could manage. Oh, Marlo, it's not what you think. How long? He couldn't even look me in the eyes. He said it just happened. Oh, we didn't mean it for this to go this way. We tried to fight it. It was an urge. We tried to fight it? Like it was some romantic movie and they were star-crossed lovers battling against destiny? Not like he was a married man with a wife at home, picking out ovulation test kits and prenatal vitamins? Not like I spent last Tuesday researching IVF clinics and crying these happy tears because I thought that we were finally going to start our family. I asked him to leave. He tried to explain and to minimize and to gaslight me into thinking that it was just an emotional connection that went entirely too far. But I saw the messages. I know what last night was incredible means. I'm not stupid, just apparently blind. He's staying at his brother's. Tinsley had the audacity to text me my number saying that she was sorry and that it wasn't supposed to happen this way. I blocked her, then unblocked her to tell her to go, well, you can imagine. Then I blocked her again. Yep, I can't eat, I can't sleep. I keep walking into rooms and forgetting why I'm even there. My dog will not leave my side. He knows something's wrong. He knows that I'm broken. This morning I found one of Colson's old sticky notes behind the coffee maker, fell behind a crack. You're beautiful. Ugh! I laughed and cried at the same time until I couldn't tell which was which. How did I miss this? Were there signs that I just simply ignored? Am I really that pathetic that I cannot see my husband falling in love with someone else right in front of my eyes? I mean, this went on for 8 years. Almost 9. That's a third of my life. How do you just throw that away for someone you've known for 6 months? The worst part, I do still love him. I hate him with every fiber of my being, I swear by it, but I love him. How messed up is that? This morning, I caught myself setting out 2 coffee mugs, out of habit. I cried for 20 minutes over a stupid, Snoopy dog coffee mug. This is my life now. I don't know what to do. I can't really tell my family yet. They adore Colson. My mother calls him her bonus son, and I can't face the pitiful look of our friend group. Oh, can you imagine? I'm sitting here in this apartment full of memories, trying to understand how. Till Death Do Us Part became Till Tinsley from marketing came along. Am I stupid for being blindsided? Should I have seen this coming, perhaps? I need someone to tell me I'm not crazy for trusting my husband. Also, how do you even begin to untangle 8 years? We have a shared phone plan, and for goodness sake, a shared phone plan. Nothing prepares you for this. So today's story, it is about some manipulation. It seems like OP just doesn't really know what to do about this situation where she finds out her husband has this new work buddy who turns out to be a female, and it's pretty obvious that they have something going with each other. OP did come back and update us 3 hours later after the original post we just heard, but it was mainly to answer comments, so we're going to check out some of those comments now. But maybe somebody out there has been in this situation and they know, hey, I missed all the red flags too, but it's okay because you still have time to leave. Here's one of the comments. OP first says, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't stop crying reading all your comments. In the worst moments of my life, hundreds of strangers are making me feel less alone. I'm going to try to respond to some of them. The first comment, it told me document everything, screenshot the messages before he realizes I have access. I made the same mistake and my ex deleted everything. You'll need it for the divorce, trust me on this. Well, OP replies, you're absolutely right. I went back and took photos of everything with my phone. Even the stuff that made me want to throw up, it's all saved in a folder called Evidence of Jerk. Thank you for this practical advice when my brain is nothing but mush. Comment number 2 says, the work wife situation is how my marriage ended too. It starts innocent enough and then suddenly they're working late every night. You're not stupid. You're just being manipulated, hun. So, the work wife thing, let me clarify. He literally used to joke about her being his work wife, and I would laugh along like some idiot. I feel stupid now. When did that cross the line from office joke to actual affair? Guys, in my opinion, OP needs to get the heck out of this because it seems like her husband is no longer interested. I mean, he's showing the signs, but we've seen this time and time again. Some people just don't realize until it's truly too late. Comment number 3 says, first of all, pet tax. Second, lawyer up immediately. And third, remember this is not your fault. It never is. He made the choice to cheat. You don't have to feel sorry about your next steps. Well, OP replies, my dog says thank you for caring about him. I would post a picture, but I can't figure out how to do that. You're right about it not being my fault. My therapist is going to have a field day with this. If I can ever afford therapy after a divorce lawyer, that is. And the final comment comes from the fertility struggle comment. Plus the affair combo is a special kind of hell. My ex did the same thing while I was injecting myself with hormones. Please be gentle with yourself. OP replies, I'm so sorry that you went through that. The fertility stuff makes it so much worse somehow, like I was planning our future family while he was planning his exit. It's just such a mind mess up. It makes me sick to my stomach. Guys, we're going to jump into update part 2 now, which, by the way, all these updates came out on the exact same day. OP was just making a lot of updates because her mind was busy worrying about what the future of her relationship looks like. So if you guys are new to the channel, welcome. We discuss, analyze, and review stories that are scoured all over the internet. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Hit that subscribe button for daily videos. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and drop a comment down below. Here's the next update. Part 2, 3:45 p.m. Okay, I'm back. Update part 2, 3:45 p.m. Something just happened and I need to tell someone because what the actual hell? So I was changing all my passwords, of course, like you guys suggested, and I logged into our shared Amazon account to remove his access from it completely. Guess what I found in the receipt? Orders. A Tiffany's necklace. Tiffany! Ordered 2 weeks ago. Right after the Denver trip. The shipping address, not our apartment, and guys, I'm subsidizing his affair gifts through our joint Prime account? I can't actually deal with this. So for 8 long years, he's buying jewelry for his side chicks on my Amazon account. The same account where I buy dog food, toilet paper. I mean, do you see the audacity, the absolute load of it? But wait, it gets a lot worse. I did some digging. Yeah, I'm like a full FBI mode now. Judge me, if you dare. So the shipping address, it's an apartment complex 20 minutes from his office. And guess who moved there 3 months ago according to her very public Instagram, Tinsley marketing director Tinsley. 3 months ago, while I was sitting in fertility support groups crying about negative pregnancy testing, he was helping his mistress move into her new apartment, and I want to scream. I want to break something, and I just want to drive to her stupid little apartment and... ugh. I won't, but I want to. You know what the real thing is? I checked our credit card statement since we do have a joint account for household expenses, and there are charges at restaurants I've never actually been to. Hotels during his client dinners, and a weekend spa resort, a charge from last month when he was supposedly at a mandatory team retreat. I'm not just heartbroken, I'm absolutely furious. I mean, how much of our money that I contributed to nonetheless, Money we were supposedly saving for the IVF treatment, I mean, it's a joke, for a house, for our future, went to their affair. The messages I saw were bad enough. But this financial betrayal on top of every single thing else, I feel like I don't even know who this person is. This is not the man who used to drive 3 hours to surprise me with my favorite donuts when I had a bad day at work. This isn't the person who held my hair back through food poisoning on our second date and still wanted a third date. Who is this person? I read some comments before I made this update, and there were some that got to me. I need to answer some questions now. Girl, this is marital asset dissipation, is what one comment said. Document every penny spent on the affair, because your divorce lawyer will have an absolute field day. So yeah, I'm writing down everything now, every charge, the restaurant receipts, the hotels, of course the Tiffany necklace. My rage is fueling the most organized spreadsheet of my life. Another comment said classic signs, new gym routine maybe, guarding the phone, work trips, criticizing you out of nowhere. Did he do most of these? Yes, all of it. He suddenly started caring about his appearance more. A new cologne should have been my biggest red flag. He's had the same cologne for 12 years. Started going to an expensive barber down the street, a Dominican barber that charges $80 a cut. He doesn't go to Supercuts anymore. Bought actual gym clothing instead of his decade-old college shirt. And last month he made a comment about how I let myself go, since we started trying for a baby. Guys, I've gained 8 pounds from fertility medicine. He's a jerk. And the final comment I saw said, check his Google location history if you have access. I didn't even think to do this. My ex thought he was clever, but Google Maps documented every client dinner that was actually at her apartment, says this commenter, Digital Detective 32. Oh my gosh, you're a genius. I do have access to our shared Google account, so be right back. About to go full CSI betrayed wife unit. I'll update in just a little bit, but for now I'm going to do some deep dive research. Update. 5 p.m. now. Hey, I'm back and I need a drink, maybe 5. So I checked his Google location history, every single one, and I have been reading every comment and, well, late nights at the office? No. That was a good excuse, but he was at her apartment thanks to Google. The conference in San Francisco, oh, they went together, but he told me she wasn't going. That weekend last month when we would, have him visit his sick college buddy in Boston. Well, GPS doesn't lie. It shows him at a bed and breakfast in Vermont. We talked about going to Vermont for our anniversary and he said it was too basic. But here's the thing that I actually thought broke me. 3 weeks ago, on the day that I had my appointment to discuss the IVF option, the day I texted him excitedly about our future babies, he was at her place until 2 a.m. I stayed up waiting for him, thinking he was working hard to save money for our treatment, and I had baby names picked out, and he was probably picking out her lingerie. I threw up. My dog is so stressed he won't even eat. We're both a mess, and yes, I understand some comments told me the rage phase is normal and healthy. I should use it to fuel my exit strategy. That's what some people said. Also, have you told anyone in real life yet? I need support. Well, listen to this. I finally called my best friend. Saying it out loud made it real in a way that typing doesn't. She's coming over with wine and a baseball bat. Yeah, for therapeutic purposes, she claims. I don't know. She also told me her cousin is a divorce lawyer who specializes in making cheating jerks pay. I love her. While we're on the topic of comments, this other person says, hey, the fact that he took her to Vermont when he said it was too basic for your anniversary, that's next level. I'm so sorry. Right, it's not just the cheating, it's the deliberate cruelty. The lie upon lies making me feel high maintenance for wanting a romantic weekend while secretly planning one with her? I've had it up to here. I do have a final update I'll come back with you guys with, because I've pretty much made a decision. But I want to sit on it for at least a few hours before I tell you what I'm going to do. I've read so many comments now, and most people are pushing my decision in the direction I think I need to go. Anyways, stay tuned. I'm coming back for the update. Final update, 7 p.m. My best friend just left, we drank a bottle of wine and ugly cried, and she helps me pack all this stuff. It's sitting in my garbage bag by the door. It's petty maybe, but it's absolutely therapeutic. She also brought her cousin, the lawyer, who gave me a free consultation right here in my living room surrounded by tissues and empty bottles. Apparently, I have a very strong case. The financial infidelity, the documented affair, the fact that we're in an at-fault state. She actually smiled when I showed her my evidence spreadsheet. So tomorrow we've gathered these things together I'm going to do. Here it is. File for divorce, change the locks, cancel his access to all the shared accounts. Well, of course, get tested for diseases. Gosh, I didn't even think about this one until one of the comments mentioned it to me. Start therapy. And hug my dog extra tight. You know what sounds really crazy? 12 hours ago, I could not imagine a life without him. I mean, I truly couldn't. Now, I can't imagine giving him another chance. It's your comments, it's your stories, it's your support. They've given me strength I didn't know that I had. To those asking if I confronted Tinsley beyond my, message where I told her off, no. She's not worth my energy, you know? She's just not. She knew that he was married. She met me at the company holiday party, and she smiled to my face while messing around with my man. But ultimately, he's the one who made vows to me. He's the one who threw away 8 years, and she's just trash who took out my trash. I'm sure I'll have more updates as the crap show unfolds, but for tonight, I'm going to cuddle my anxious dog, eat ice cream for dinner, and read every single one of your comments again and again. Because somehow in the worst days of my life, the internet reminded me that I'm not alone. That I'm not crazy, that I deserve better. And to anyone else going through this, document everything. Trust your gut, and remember, you're not losing somebody who loves you. You're losing someone who was comfortable lying to your face every single day. That's not love. That's just cruelty in a familiar package. Also, Colson, if you ever read this, by the way, I know you used this website. Your sticky notes weren't even funny. And Tinsley has the personality of wet cardboard. Enjoy your innovative marketing campaign and suburban Vermont getaway, you absolute walnut. Guys, we have seen so many times how this story, similar to this, did not go the way that we were expecting it to go. A lot of the times, OP, him or her, have a hard time leaving their significant other, even though they know their significant other is a cheater, a liar, and just manipulative. But this time, we saw something different. Not only did OP have the courage to leave him behind, she divorced him, she took half of everything, and of course she even shouted out to him, and I quote, also, Colson, if you're reading this, hi, your sticky notes weren't even funny. Oh, and Tinsley has the personality of wet cardboard. I don't know. For some reason, guys, those two sentences made me laugh, and I was so glad finally we have an OP who sees her worth and does not allow somebody to manipulate her over and over again. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe you guys have been in a similar situation. Just drop your thoughts down below in the comment section. I love discussing the stories and analyzing them with you guys, so drop a comment. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I want you to remember one thing, though. It's cool to be kind. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.